What we have here is a super drill. A super drill is a fully adjustable drill bit that after you put a 1/2 inch pilot down with an ordinary 1/2 inch twist drill, you can adjust the cutters to drill any size from a 1/2 to 1 5/8 in steel or 2 1/4 inches in timber. To set the cutters to do the different hole sizes, comes with a setup gauge and an Allen key. By just simply loosening the grub screws in the bottom or the side, the cutters will slide to whatever diameter, so you can just push it in and out to whatever diameter. Setup gauge makes it simple to use. If you have a look at it, one side's marked in metric, the other side's marked in imperial. First cutter will drill any size from a 1/2 to 1 inch. The second cutter drills any size from 1 to 1 1/2. Put your work into your drill press, secure it, clean any rust away from it, then it's just simply a matter of starting your drill up. If you pull him around like that, you'll mark a circle. Now, once you've done that, you can measure and check your hole size. As you can see the clear lip there. The weight you require on the handle to pull it down to drill a 1 inch hole is just one finger, so it's not two hands, a lot of hard work. The angle that's ground into the cutter has also got you cutting differently to your normal drill, whereas your normal drill cuts from the inside out, your super drill cuts from the outside in. So that means when we reach the bottom of the hole here, we'll just simply break out a washer. It won't grab, jam or explode out 1 inch. If you pull it around there, your second hardened spigot drops in, your second cutter engages, and you're on your way to 1 1/2 inches. Now, leave the drill running as slow as you can. This one's running down to around 300, but as you can see, there's a constant flow of soluble oil running over the tool. And again, when we get to the bottom, you'll just see the washer drop out, the hole will be made. 1/2 or 3/4 horsepower motor will drive him. You've got a 1/2 inch shank that'll go straight into your 1/2 inch chuck. If you have a look at the quality of the hole we've just made here, nice clean neat hole where you came in, there's your backside where you came out. It's a perfectly round hole, as you can see there. The washers or shims you heard me talking about are these that have come out through the bottom. Because you're cutting on the outside edge first, once that falls away, the hole's made. That's your standard super drill, which is the only drill bit you require to drill any size hole from a 1/2 to 1 5/8 in steel or 2 1/4 inches in wood. If you had a need to go larger in steel, you can buy an adapter collar which will fit over the body of the drill to support the cutter. Cutter's long enough but not strong enough, so you push him out the distance you need up to 2 inch. The collar then slides over the body of the drill to support the cutter. He locks on the side there. He'll then pilot straight into the 1 1/2 inch hole like you can see there, and that'll let you go out to a 2 inch 50mm hole into a piece of steel. If you want to, you can come from both sides and you can go through 2 inches of solid material if you wanted to do that. Your spare cutters, there's a range of spare cutters there. The small cutter will drill any size from your 1/2 to 1 inch. We've got a double-sided cutter with a dimple in it here which will drill 1 inch clearance hole. The next cutter, your medium cutter, will drill any size from 1 to 1 1/2. This cutter will push out to the further distance and take you out to your 2 inch hole. The extra long cutter will take you out to your 3 and 75mm hole in wood only. We've also packaged super drill into a box set like you can see here. You've got your setup gauge, drill with 2 cutters in it, 2 spare cutters, your adapter collar to 2 inch. You've also got a range of 3 small collars which will fit over the 1/2 inch end of your drill, because sometimes you might find yourself with the likes of a pulley with a 5/8 centre. You might have a 3/4 or 7/8 hole. By putting these collars over the body of the drill, that allows you to pilot, and then you can go out to your bigger size hole if that's what you want to do. The best thing we've found to sharpen the cutters on is a diamond lap. It's just simply a matter of laying the cutter flat on the diamond plate. You draw it in one direction 10 to a dozen times, roll it over and push it in the opposite direction, and that's generally all it takes to bring the cutters up. Well, you've already seen the segment on the super drill and see how you can drill out to a 2 inch hole in steel. Now, if you need to go larger, we have a range here, the ProPack and the Industrial, which will allow you to drill any size out to a 3 and 75mm hole, as long as you have a drill press with a 1 horsepower motor, number 3 Morse taper, and you can come down to 100 RPM to drive it. We'll go through the Industrial first. In this situation, the Industrial works off a 1 inch pilot hole, so you put your 1 inch pilot hole down to start. The shorter of the cutters will allow you to drill any size from 1 to 2 inch. Put the longer cutter in, this allows you to go from 2 to 3 inch. Once you have this cutter in, you then need to put the collar over the body of the drill to support the cutter. and that'll pilot into your 2-inch hole and then take you out to your 3 and 75mm. An added advantage with the industrial is that you can unscrew the tool holder from the arbor. You can then put an extension in, so then you can drill through up to 8 inches of solid material if you wanted to do that, or you can screw the extension in from the other end and use it for line boring. It's predominantly designed to use in the lathe or a milling machine, the industrial. It also comes with your setup gauge and your Tommy bar here, and it'll drill any size from 1 inch to 3 inch. Whereas the Pro Pack, which is this one here, as you can see, comes with its own drill point on the end, and it's designed to work in a magnetic base drill. It drills its own 3/4 pilot hole down. You have a double-sided cutter which will take you out to 1 1/4 inch, or you also have a short length of cutter which will allow you to go from out to your 1 1/4 inch or do any size in between. The next length of cutter, which is this one here, will go to your 2 1/4 inch. The longer length will take you out to your 3 and 75. To do that, you need to push the cutter out the distance you need. The collar will slide over the body of the drill to support the cutter, so in turn it'll go out further. Of course, it comes with a setup gauge, as all our tools do. It comes also with a range of 3 interchangeable arbors. You have your number 3, number 2, and this one here, which is the same configuration as what a slugger or magnetic base drill carries. They're all interchangeable, they just screw out from the back. The spanner in the kit here enables you to remove the drill point. By loosening it off, you can remove the drill point for resharpening or replacement. You can also unscrew the tool holder out of here if you're using it in a vise so it doesn't feed so deeply down into it. You've got the spring steel Tommy bar in the box as well. Your Pro Pack comes with a spare of each of the cutters, as you can see there. Full operating instructions and recommended speeds are on the lids of both of the boxes. So if you find that the standard super drill or the box super drill isn't large enough at your 2 inch, your Pro Pack or your industrial will then allow you to go out to your 3 and 75mm hole.